Alright guys, so I figured I would do a little bit of a rudimentary storyboard kind of thing, just in the event if we're not able to all get together on Wednesday. I apologize in advance, some of these pictures might be just a little bit out of focus. Working with figures this small, it's a little bit hard to get them exactly where they're supposed to be so my camera phone can work on it, but here we go. So we'll start with the cast of characters first. For this sake, we'll have the White Ranger representing young Sean, portrayed by Sawyer, and the Black Ranger will represent young Casper, portrayed by Abraham. The older iterations of the character will be portrayed by Storm Shadow and Ace. So Storm Shadow on the right will be Casper. Ace on the left will be the older version of Sean. Iron Man and Cap will be the street alley thugs. Thor and Silver Surfer will be the basement thugs that are dead. Superman, Daredevil, and the Thing will be bar patrons. Blanca from Street Fighter will be the main boss. So we'll start off with a tracking shot of young Sean, which will be portrayed by Sawyer, skating. And we'll shoot multiple angles. And he'll skate past an alley and see young thugs picking on young Casper, portrayed by Abraham. It'll be an over-the-shoulder shot. So the next will be like a longer shot of young Sean skating directly towards the camera and then off the frame. I think initially we had written it as a medium shot, but I think it would work better as a long shot. So we'll talk about that. Next will be a longer shot of young Sean, portrayed by Sawyer, popping off his board. He'll catch it like a sword to deliver a death blow to the thug. Next we'll have a close-up of the thug itself looking down. Within that same close-up, the thug will look up. Then young Sean, portrayed by Sawyer, will haymaker his face with the skateboard. Then it'll be a long shot of young Sean pushing the other thug out of the way. Medium wide two shot of Sean and Casper. Then it'll be a close-up shot of young Sean pulling his his shirt up to reveal a gun. Then it'll be a two shot of Sean and Casper running out of the alleyway while the thug runs the opposite direction. Two shot of them fist bumping in solidarity. Extreme close-up on fist bump. Extreme close-up of fist bump on the older iterations. Medium shot of Casper and Sean. Extreme close-up of a cell phone ringing with number unknown. Over Casper's shoulder, Sean answers the phone. Over Sean's shoulder, Casper acknowledges. So this is meant to represent a wider shot of them in a car. Obviously, suspend your disbelief a little bit. Extreme close-up of wristwatch alarming. So this is meant to be like a side shot through the window of the car, more or less over Sean's shoulders. This is meant to be a continuation of that same shot, it's just that he lifts his watch up into the frame to show Casper it's time. Wide shot of them exiting the car and adjusting their uniforms. So this next one's meant to be like an up angle two shot from the perspective of the trunk as they're getting supplies ready. Extreme close-up on fist bump. So we can mess around with the angles, but basically we'd be tracking them sort of coming into the shop. Long shot of the interior of the bar, patrons doing their thing. Medium close-up to close-up of them in the stairwell. Continuation, but with Sean raising his hand to signal to stop. Within that same type of composition, they get their weapons ready. Then we track them coming down the stairwell. Over their shoulders, we see two people dead on the floor. Long shot as they enter the basement. Wide shot of the carnage. Medium wide shot of those two walking to the camera. Down angle of the briefcase, Casper kicks the bag open. Up angle on Casper, you see that. Sean off screen says, yeah, I see it. Longer up angle on Casper, Sean will step into the frame to make it a two shot. So here we're going to have that up angle, but I'll be kneeling down to sort of investigate what's going on in the situation. Casper must be at least a couple grand. Sean, doesn't make any sense. Who just rubs out two deadbeats and leaves 10K? Up angle on Casper, someone who was in a hurry. Close up on Sean, come on man, something's not adding up. Up angle close up Casper, 10 grand in my pocket, that's what's adding up. Close up on Sean, either someone's gonna come looking for it or we were set up. Up angle on Casper, no chance, who just leaves that kind of money. Close up on Sean, someone not motivated by money, someone dangerous. Casper off screen, look man, if we don't take it, someone else will. Down angle on Sean, looking over his shoulders. Use your fucking head, man, we walked into a trap. Up angle medium shot of Casper, a trap. What are we, flies? Rats? Close on Sean, not both of us, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Click, gun cocks. Tracking shot of Sean standing up, slowly turns to face Casper. So we're doing like a kind of over-the-shoulder medium shot of Casper. He's pointing his gun directly at Sean. He says, I'm getting out of here and I'm taking that money with me. So I'd kind of envisioned this to be like a medium wider shot where the gun was in view, but I couldn't quite get this to focus with the angle I wanted. So if you can just envision that his hand and the gun would still be in frame. And then he says, so that's how it's going to be. Over the shoulder, medium wide shot of Casper. You know what fucking time it is. Close on Sean's eyes. Close on Sean's gun and hand, finger moving on the trigger. Over the shoulder, medium wide shot of Casper. Don't even think about it, just kick the money over to me. From there, we could do multiple tense close-ups. Close-up of hands clapping. From here, we could do close-ups of both Casper and Sean turning their heads. Close on hands. Close on the boss's mouth. Congratulations, Sean, you've passed the test. Wide shot. Sean stands sideways to the boss, looking over his shoulder, gun hidden from view. Close on the gun. Close on Sean's face. What test? Close on boss's mouth. I had to see who's been skimming off the top. I always knew it was you, Casper. You've had a chip on your shoulder since we let the Fox gang into our turf. Close on Casper's face. He's silent, tense. Close on the boss's gun, slowly lifting to the camera. Close on Casper's face, I swear to God. Close on the boss's mouth. Casper, have the good graces to die with some dignity. Close on Sean's face, cracking a slight smile. Close on Casper, looking somber. Medium shot on Sean. Casper, you remember what to do if things go south. Close on Casper, cracking a smile. Yeah, I remember. He starts to lower his weapon. Wide shot of the basement. Close on the boss's mouth, smiling. Close on the boss's gun. Close on Sean's face. Close on Sean's gun. Medium shot of Sean drawing his gun. Close-up of the boss's gun flying out of his hand. Medium shot of the boss buckled on the floor, holding his hand. Medium close-up of Casper, smiles. Medium close-up of Sean walking to Casper. Medium shot fist bump. Tracking shot as they walk towards the boss. Casper pistol whips the boss on the way out. As the story ends, our two friends decide to shake hands and part ways instead of fist bump.